guys, I'm Hannah.
I'm Sadie.
And we're not straight.
Today we wanted to share with you something we've been talking about a lot, which is kind of in honor of Valentine's Day coming up, and it is going to be what we're calling a girlfriend appreciation video.
But before we get to that, next weekend we're going to have our episode 1 of our relationship series. So we'll start with how we met and we'll go from there. So stay tuned for that coming next Sunday, probably.
Yeah. Also, if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe so you can get the notifications, and you'll hear from us whenever a new video is posted. There's a button in the corner down here where you can subscribe, as well as a red button down below. Before we start, I have to come back to something that we touched on in the accidental U-Haul video. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go and check that out. We were at a bowling alley today, and there was an arcade, as there often is in a bowling alley, and I had to go check and see if there was one of those coin machines, and there was.
There was.
I took a little video, so if you were like, I don't know what the heck they're talking about,
here it is.
this is it.
Okay, now that we've covered that, we're gonna come back around to the purpose of today's video, which is a girlfriend appreciation video.
Woohoo!
Yay! No one loses, everyone wins. We are going to go back and forth and tell each other things that we really appreciate about the other person. I will start. I really appreciate that almost every weekday morning, Sadie gets up first and she makes us French press coffee, which takes a little bit of effort, and it's also hard to be the first one to get out of bed when you're all cozy and warm in there, so I appreciate that.
I think I also make it take a little bit longer than probably some people would, because I'm a bit of a coffee perfectionist.
It's probably true.
I have very particular tastes in coffee, so
Yeah.
Thanks for saying that.
You're welcome.
Something I appreciate about Hannah, about you, is that she is home a lot more than I am during the day and even at night sometimes, and she does so many things around our apartment to keep it clean, to make sure that like things look good when I come home, to make sure that like I have clean clothes. Like, she does the laundry. She washes and folds all of our clothes and puts them away.
I'm a little particular, so this is probably on me that I have taken over.
Yeah, which, like, she puts the things away way better than I ever would. That's, like, definitely the messiest thing about me, is my laundry habits.
Thank you.
And I love it.
Well, now mine's gonna sound lame. I'm thinking of a very specific thing. I have fairly bad eyesight, and Sadie is constantly picking hair up off of the ground that I literally can't even see is on the ground. And she started, like, I started to notice recently, I'm like, oh my god, I haven't been doing this, and we've been dating for a long time, and she's just constantly picking up probably my hairs off of the ground. It's very sweet. And gross, it's gross, so that's like extra nice, you know?
Yeah. I think my mom instilled in me like a healthy fear of having hair on the floor. I have like I would say like a touch of a phobia. Not like far smaller than my phobia of spiders.
Yes, true.
Another thing that I love about Hannah is that she like is such a like go-getter with staying fit and like exercising and stuff, and I am definitely the stressed out one of the two of us. Like, I carry more stress on a daily basis, and that's definitely something that helps me, and she sees that a lot, and is like encouraging without being like forceful. Like, she is like gently urging me to like, hey, if you like take a walk for a little bit, you're probably gonna be a little bit more calm when you come back. And I appreciate that you see that in me, and that you can do that in a way that doesn't make me feel like I'm being like whistled at like by like a coach or like a trainer or something.
That's like her least favorite thing, like
I
workout
hate that.
videos where the coach is like, come on, 5 more, you can do it. She's like, oh, I hate this. So
Not my style, so
thank you.
Yeah, this works for me.
One thing that is like fairly obvious if you know us at all, Sadie loves to cook, and even when she's not really in the mood for it, she always cooks for us, and she's incredible at it. And it's kind of, it can be a little tricky to be vegan. We've been vegan for over a year now. And it's only doable if you're willing to put in the time and the effort. It's only doable in like a healthy way that cost-effective way, yeah. And she does that for us, and she makes us these awesome meals all the time that like I would be eating TV dinners, and I would be eating out a lot more, and it would be like, yeah, I made myself a salad, but when I say that, I mean like a salad mix that I opened from a bag and like dumped into a bowl. So yeah, so thank you.
Yeah. Another thing that Hannah does super well that I'm learning to do better is like she's very articulate and very thoughtful about sharing when she appreciates something, like, and telling me that she loves me like all the time, and making sure that I know that, so there's never like any doubt in my mind, which is helps with the stress for sure. I don't think you know that, but it does.
Oh, wow, thanks. If we cry on the camera, is that embarrassing?
If we cry, or
if we collectively cry. If we're both crying. Okay. It's okay, I'll make it through.
Hannah's definitely the crier of the two of us.
I can't even deny it. There's nothing I can say.
Like a cute puppy, or
yeah, anything.
Or like a really, really pretty plant.
I was just gonna say a nice plant.
Or like if I bring her a glass of water while she's like working or something.
So nice.
It could be anything.
It's so thoughtful. God. Okay, my turn. We've hinted on this before, but Sadie, something I really like about her is that she's super communicative and very good at like saying what she needs and how she's feeling, and then asking me what I need and how I'm feeling, because otherwise I would just hold it all in. And I've been in relationships in the past where that has been my MO. I just kind of like tamp it down, hold it in, like deal with it myself, which that's not helpful for anyone, so it wasn't a great move in the first place. But Sadie is really good at helping me communicate, and she's like, it's okay, tell me, I'm not gonna judge you, I'm not gonna think less of you, just tell me what it is, tell me what you're thinking. Thanks. Yeah, it's good for me.
I feel like this is kind of cheating, this one that I'm about to say, but Hannah is like an incredible musician and like knows a lot about music and shares a lot of that with me. Like she'll like sing and play guitar and like teach me things about music and explain like why she likes certain music, and it's really cool. Like I'm really interested in that, but I never like took any classes to learn how to play any instruments. I never learned anything about music really, but I love music a lot, and so I always want to know more about it, but I don't really have like a foundation or anything. So she shares that with me, and it's really cool.
I love to play music with you, and I love to talk about music too. So she like indulges me, I guess. Like if I'm listening to music that has a cool time signature or has like 6-part harmony and I'm like really jiving to it or whatever, she listens. It's really nice.
She's always like, oh, did you hear that? I'm like, I'm sure I did, but what specifically are we talking about? Like I was listening, but like, what is it?
Yeah. Okay. This one is kind of like more practical, but I don't talk about it enough. Sadie, the default is that Sadie's gonna drive us when we're going somewhere, which driving can be stressful, especially in a city. And I should say driving for me is kind of stressful. I don't know if it's actually stressful for you.
I don't feel stressed driving.
Okay, I feel slightly stressed when I'm driving. I feel like I have to be on high alert when I'm driving, and then I can't really focus on anything else when I'm driving. So the fact that Sadie just assumes she's gonna drive, like alleviates a lot of that for me, and makes it fun to be in the car for both of us. Somehow she still has fun, even though she's like worried about getting us somewhere. And I really appreciate that. And that's a big part of our lives, the time we spend in the car together.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't feel any stress driving. I just look out the window and talk to Hannah.
It's a win-win, I guess.
Weaving in and out of traffic.
Yeah.
She's now about
I'm
to
gonna
feel
be
stressed.
more stressed anyway.
That is funny. Something that is also kind of practical that I really appreciate about you is how much you like to keep things simple. Like,
Ooh.
that you don't like. Hannah's not like someone who's really interested in a lot of things, like a lot of material things. And she takes really good care of the things that she has, so that like she makes good use of all of them. And she doesn't want to have like a lot of extra stuff. Like she's not the kind of person who's gonna like buy something on impulse that she doesn't need just because it had like a really good marketing or something. Like it's more my move. And like we routinely like go through things and make sure that we don't have things that are like cluttering our space. Because we both talked about the fact that like stresses us out.
Yeah.
Just kind of like low level like background stress that you don't realize it's there until you decide to like get rid of a bunch of stuff and you're like, whoa, that made a huge difference.
Yeah, when it's like on the table, there's like a small pile that grows and then accumulates things that you're not actually using.
Yes, like things that we don't use, and like having a lot of clothes also.
Yeah.
Keeping that really simple. And I think that like keeps me humble in a way that's like, I don't know, thinking about like what's important to me and what's important to have and what do I need.
Yeah, thanks. It's a good one. One thing I've been thinking about that I love about Sadie is that she's very calm, cool, and collected in a crisis. I know that's a little out of left field, but I'm not gonna say like if the world was ending, if the apocalypse has happened, then I want Sadie by my side. That's definitely true. But even in like, whether it's something medical that goes wrong or something with the car that breaks down or something when we're outside camping that goes wrong or some sort of weather disaster, it feels like Sadie is the first person to like logically problem solve, and it's so comforting to have someone who's like that next to you when that's happening, especially when people around you might be panicked and not handling it super well, to be able to have someone to turn to, make eye contact, and be with like, no, we're okay, we can handle this. It's like, it's really nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Can I say you make me shower more than I would normally?
Should say that louder for the camera.
She inspires me to stay clean.
Thanks.
I like to get a good like build up, a good
Film.
a good aroma that changes throughout the week.
It's gross.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't last a week.
I appreciate that about you.
But I wouldn't last a week without showering.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
Good.
Yeah. I have one. Sadie like takes me as I am. So I don't love to drink and I don't really love to play drinking games. And that can be a really hard thing to navigate in social settings. It can be kind of uncomfortable to be the one person who's like not really into it. Especially when a lot of people think that you do want to be involved, you're just shy or nervous, and so they try to include you. And Sadie's really good at being like, oh, it's not her thing, it's okay. and kind of like fending that off for me. And that's true for so many other aspects of who I am too, that she takes me as is. But it's really nice to have someone who understands you and doesn't kind of, I don't know, like pressure you to be different or to make different choices, which is nice.
I like you as is.
Thank you.
As is kind of my favorite.
Oh, God. I should cut the whole thing right there. That's like the cutest. I have one more.
Wait!
She thought of it. Okay.
I have like a million more, but I feel pressured.
No pressure.
Okay. I think of the two of us, I can tend to be the one that has like more particular preferences about certain things. Whether that be the aesthetics of our space or what we do in an afternoon, and Hannah just kind of rolls with like whatever, and she'll ask me like, do you want to do this or this? And I'm like, no, I really just want to like watch The Office, or like I want to do, you know, like whatever I say. She's like, okay, let's do like, and she'll help me figure it out, because I often have something particular in mind, but I can't figure out what it is.
That's such a good way to put it.
Accurate, yeah. Like, I'm like, I don't care what we do, and she's like, what if we go for a walk? And I'm like, I don't want to go for a walk. Right after I just said I don't care what we do.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And she'll just kind of roll with like whatever I come up with on the spot. My winding train of thought.
Yeah.
As I process out loud, and she helps me kind of narrow down the field of opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a big deal. I feel like it sounds kind of silly, but it's a big deal to me. Like, I appreciate it.
Thanks.
It's a big deal, therefore I appreciate it. Do you understand how big of a deal it is now?
Okay, I have one. Exhibit A is like 10 minutes ago when we were driving home and we were in the car, and I have the great idea to like tweeze my eyebrows in like the pull down mirror while we're waiting at a stoplight, because they were bothering me and I like to tweeze them constantly apparently. And I'm sitting there and I have the tweezer, like they're like here, so she can't really see them because she's beside me. And she like glances over, sees that I'm like inspecting myself closely in the mirror, and like jerks the car really quick, and I'm like, God damn. All this to say, she like A, keeps me on my toes, and B, helps me not take everything so seriously. I think that if left to my own devices, I would take literally everything seriously, like myself, my hobbies, my job, my schoolwork, and she kind of helps like recenter me and remind me that that's not always the most important thing. Like whatever I'm taking too seriously is not life or death, and it's okay to like laugh at yourself, and it's okay to mess up, and it's okay to like pull pranks on each other, which I've never had a relationship that was so playful. It's like really fun.
I have fun.
Yeah.
I laughed pretty hard.
She laughed so hard, and I was like, I cannot believe that you just did that.
She was like, don't look at me.
Which made her laugh harder, and then I was like, this is not funny. Yeah.
I couldn't help it. Like, it was like, I couldn't hold it in. I really didn't see the tweezers, so I thought it was like really funny. And for like the first 15 seconds of me laughing, I didn't realize why she was so upset. I still didn't know that she had the tweezers in her hand.
I was like, I'm gonna impale my eyeball
out. I was like, what? I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she was like, whatever.
No, okay, usually the practical jokes are not like potential for injury. Usually they're harmless. This one was harmless too,
yeah.
But you get the idea.
One more story.
Okay.
Another time I love to try and shoot things into the recycling bin. I don't know why. I just love it. Like I love like the competition for some reason.
Against who? No.
Myself. Just myself. just to see if I can like shoot it like kind of around the corner and like with my left hand and all kinds of things. And I had a bottle cap that I had thrown and it bounced off the wall. And so I went and picked it up, and Hannah had gone to put something else
into the recycling bin that was ready to be recycled. So I'm over by the recycling bin, putting it directly into there because then I know that it will make it.
Yeah, she was being dramatic. She was putting it all the way inside the recycling bin. And then I took my second shot at the bin, and I hit Hannah in the head with the bottle cap, and it bounced in. And then I took a victory lap around the kitchen, and she was not enthused.
She was like, "Why aren't you excited for me?" I was like, "Because you hit me in the face as a backboard."
I was like, a bank shot. It's a classic shot.
Whatever.
I got my rebound.
Yeah.
No, wait. I have one more.
Oh, she has one more.
I think this is maybe like the biggest and like most enduring thing that I really appreciate about you. And like the thing that I kind of like marvel at the most is your emotional intelligence. Like I really appreciate when you share things that you observe like about other people, like how other people might be feeling that I would not have figured out. She's super observant, and she's like a major empath and definitely understands like where people are coming from, and can put herself in other people's shoes like really well. And she shares that with me a lot, and I think in situations where like a one-sided perspective can be like damaging to a relationship, she often shares like another side to the story that I wouldn't have like intuited, and helps me like work through things and figure out how I can be like not the most, but like how I can be a more understanding and like kind friend or whatever the case may be. But I appreciate it a lot.
That's so nice. Thank you. Before I cry again, I feel like we should wrap this up. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Galentine's Day. Celebrate love with the people you love.
Yeah. I think Valentine's Day is, I think it's a cool one. I think that it's a great opportunity to share with other people like what you appreciate about them and why they're important to you. So
yeah, if you feel inspired by
definitely
this,
do that.
Yeah, reach out to someone. Give someone a call. Send them a text.
And then make sure you hit them in the head with a bottle cap.
So that they know that you love them.
Know. Yeah, you're the one.
Okay, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe down below, comment if you have anything to comment. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Sadie. No, this is like an appreciation video. Both of us.
Namaste. Namaste.